Hello, everyone. I have here Professor Michael Karmis from Emeritus Professor in Virginia Tech. Hi, Mike, and welcome to Glasgow University on SOMP annual meeting.
Pleasure to be here. It's a wonderful place to visit and a great meeting.
Yeah. We're doing very well so far. And I want to ask you, do you remember when did you become a SOMP member?
I'm from the current group. I'm the second oldest member. It was in the early
Don't tell the
70s.
age.
I won't tell the age, but at that time was an opportunity to revamp an old society. And there were just a few members trying to set up rules and how it's going to be done. So I attended the next meeting after that. And it was still a very much Central European group and society at that point. And a lot of us put a great effort, try to expand it to reach all the continents and everything that everywhere mining is important. And eventually we have ended up with what we have now, which is what, about 200 members, every country representative has mining, all the continents, and an opportunity also to help the developing countries in their efforts to upgrade their education. So we feel we help each other by promoting the discipline, but we help each other by understanding better what the problems are, and we're trying together to find common solutions.
Looking at your extensive career, tell us about how did you start the mining engineering? Where did you study first, and what was the
I started by accident. I'm originally from Greece, and I thought I would go and study somewhere else. So I ended up in Scotland. I started doing civil engineering, I thought, and then I took something in mining, and that was it. So I stayed with mining. I got my BS degree there. I got my PhD degree there. I worked in Scotland. That was at the University of Strathclyde. It's a large engineering school. I worked there as a Royal Society postdoctoral fellow. Then I went back to Greece to work at the university, and then 3 years later, I moved to the US. So I went to the US in 78, and I retired from the university in 2022 after nearly 43 years. Been there. It was not a bad term. I'm still very active with the industry. I do a lot of work with the government, so I keep busy.
Looking at the history of your career, and you've been in the industry and academia, what was the biggest challenge back in 20, 30, 40 years ago? And did we address these challenges? Right?
The biggest challenge was how to ensure in a narrow discipline like mining, how do you keep up with times? Over the years, I started university when everybody used a slide rule, right? And by the time I finished, we were in computers, and a year later in mini computers, phones, and what have you. So all these changes also impact education, impact the mining profession. So I think we tried very hard to stay up with the technology to ensure that the mining engineering department, they were as modern, as well equipped in labs, in technology, and also in philosophy, like every other engineering department. As you know, we introduced sustainable development principles into mining. Now we're talking about green mines, green energy, and all that. And of course, now we're a little bit more popular out there because everybody is concerned about critical minerals. Suddenly, there is not lithium for your batteries, your car won't work, your power maybe not doesn't work. So we need to work all together to ensure that this supply is going to keep on coming.
So, what do you think about the future mining education? What is the? I mean, we know the student numbers, but I'm not talking about student numbers. What is the biggest challenge for the future?
I think the biggest challenge is to ensure that we stay up with time of technology, of modernization, of artificial intelligence within our education system, because it really doesn't matter what industry you're going to work. You're going to be asked to have these tools at your hands. So our curriculum and what we teach need to be very flexible. So certain topics can be minimized in exposure and new topics come in. I know it's not easy because you have a set number of years to graduate somebody with a degree. Putting more classes is not going to happen. So you need to find intelligent ways how to do that and keep up. You yourself, you're interested in space mining, right? Here's something else to teach. Right now is ocean mining. Here is something else. So you need to be able to somehow accommodate everything and trying to present all that information to the students. We also need to motivate more, in my view, to stay for at least a master's degree, because in all engineering fields, 4 years education, that is primary education in the US and possibly in Australia and Canada and other places, is just not enough nowadays. So in a way, a master's degree creates a much better engineer by being able to do more courses and get specialized a little bit more. I'm not saying stay for a PhD, that's a different commitment, but a master's degree is a good investment for an engineer.
So finally, what is the meaning of SOMP for you?
SOMP for me is like a family. I have made friends all over the world. I am in touch with people all over the world. We touched into sensitive issues. We promoted, for example, cooperation to be able to develop more diverse faculty and students. Now we were active in trying to introduce more women into mining, more women into the faculty ranks within our department. So we have done an awful lot of good things. And also, particularly in the developing world, the universities don't have always all the equipment, the facilities and all that for young faculty members to grow up like they're expected. So we have our doors open for cooperation. People can visit. We can go there to help. So all this camaraderie, I think, has been tremendous. So you come to a meeting like this, you have people from Asia, you have people from Africa, you have people from, the northern countries, the southern countries. We're all here. We are not a lot of us, but we're good.
Yeah, I totally agree what you said. SOMP is for me. I'm a member since 2009, and I never missed any. Only Colombia I attended online, but to me, I grow up in SOMP.
Sure.
You know this very well,
right.
and you were one of the greatest mentor for me through SOMP actually. But I got big benefit of networking and learning from others, and also diversity and multicultural approach in not only in education and mining as well. So thank you very much, Mike, and looking forward to see you next year.
I will see you in Australia.
Thank you, everyone, and I would like to invite everyone next year, Sydney, in September in 2024. Thank you very much.